We are back out at the onion patch. If you follow me or at least watch the last video, we have been talking a lot about giving the onions nitrogen. I've been preaching nitrogen up to this point, but now it's time to shift gears. We've been using nitrogen up to this point for the leafy green. We wanted to develop as much of that leafy green as possible because every one of these leaves that are up here represent one ring when you're tearing apart an onion. So you can pretty well determine by how many leaves you've got how big that onion's going to be, or at least get an idea. So it's time to stop nitrogen. Well, not just yet. This is an urgent video out there because of where we're at in June. June 20th is considered the solstice. It's the longest day of the year. Now, nothing stops exactly on the dot with Mother Nature, but June 20th, we've hit that longest day. It will be sunlight the most amount of time possible, and then it's going to start dwindling down slowly till we get into December, and it'll hit bottom, and then it'll turn around and head back for the summer solstice. Solstice is what I was talking about when I said that's when onions are like cannabis, because it's the amount of light they receive, their day length, that tells them when to bulb or flower. So from June 20th, you kind of have that little buffer period of, I don't know, a couple weeks maybe. I don't study that hard into it, but you've got a little bit of time where we're going to be at that longest day, and then we're going to lose however many seconds every day until we get down to the lowest. That's crucial for onions. If you're growing onions with me now in the summer, we're growing long day onions. We want to give them 1 or 2 more flushes of nitrogen. Now let's preface that with water soluble nitrogen. Go ahead and hit it with nitrogen, tomorrow or Friday or this weekend. Give it a good, healthy, big dose of nitrogen, and that's its last real dose of nitrogen we're going to give them. After about this next week-long period, you could go a little bit longer than that, but really don't get in the habit of stretching it out. But after about the next week or so, we're going to transition into the phosphorus and the potassium. We're shifting gears from focusing on all this green, lush foliage that the onion uses to create the bulb. We've created that. We've laid the foundation. We've built this. It's ready to roll. Now's the time to pull the trigger. We're going to switch over now to phosphorus and potassium and put our efforts into what's growing underneath. The fun part, that's what we want. It's time to let the sun and the plant do what it's supposed to do and create the bulb or the flower underneath. Most of your fertilizers that you're buying right now are going to have plenty of phosphorus in it. As long as you're using some kind of an all-purpose fertilizer, you've got plenty. The plant doesn't use as much phosphorus as it does the potassium. Potassium, on the other hand, you want that number to be high. If you're looking at a normal flower fertilizer, it's the 3rd number. Now, in a lot of your fertilizers, you're going to see that the 2nd and the 3rd number are going to kind of go up together. But what you're concerned with is that last number. The middle number can be high too, and that's great. So remember, water soluble. You want something that dissolves in water, that you put it in the watering can and pour it right in. Now, in addition to that, changing that fertilizer up, and we're looking toward that end number now, I want you to add one more thing: Epsom salt. Okay, I'll be honest, the first time I heard to add Epsom salt, and it was probably 10 years ago, I'm guessing, but it was for the tomatoes. They do well for the tomatoes too, especially when they get into that fruiting stage. Epsom salt is just magnesium sulfate. Onions need sulfur. You want to make sure that sulfur is up in your soil. It's going to help make that onion nice and hard and give it that really strong onion smell. For me, a teaspoon per gallon is what I usually stick at. If I'm really feeling lucky, I might go a little bit higher. And then I kind of watch and gauge it. For me, now this is just my advice, something that I've learned from years and years. If during a bulbing or flowering part of the year, my plant starts turning a little bit yellow, or I start seeing it lose that deep green, I up the Epsom salt a little bit. Now I change a couple other things too, and we'll go over that in another video. But the Epsom salts has always tended to help my tomatoes. They definitely help the onions. We're coming into the weekend. If you do it on Friday, you could probably follow it up with nutrients on a Monday and just make sure that you've got the nutrient levels high in the soil. Now, I touched on but didn't talk about why water-soluble fertilizer. If you've ever seen the roots on an onion still at the grocery store, even if you haven't had one in the garden, onion roots are very shallow. So you want something that you pour it in from the top that those roots can grab onto and actually do something with right away. That's the only reason. So get ready and hold on tight, because your onions are about to explode and you're going to see what all your hard work that you've been doing is going to produce. Remember, you don't have to be a prepper to be prepared. I'm the Chili Prepper, and we'll see you on the next one.